What is up, guys? Rebel Ray is here, and it is here in the mail. What I think is the most important uh, physical release of the year so far. Welcome to Rebel Reyes Reviews. We're going to unbox this bad boy. I think if you guys are aware of today's date, you probably know which release this is. All right, it's about to be 12:30 on this Tuesday afternoon here in Northern California. This actually arrived last night but I was so wiped out. I was so tired, and I wasn't going to be able to get started on it anyway. So here we go. The Gerber Zilch ready to go. Cannot wait. I've been waiting for months for this, and this is an exciting time, folks. This movie in particular is very important to me personally. Did I do that right? Yes. Okay. Let's put that knife away. All right, here we go. Oh, yeah. Let's ditch that box. Here we go, folks. It's here. Excalibur in glorious 4K. The upgrade has finally happened. The rumors were true. The legends were true. That our Arrow Video was going to give us Excalibur in 4K. Man, I am super excited to get into this. Let's take a look at it here. I love these wide releases. They're eating up room on my shelf, but man, these are so nice. This is not as bulky as it doesn't feel as bulky as the Conan the Barbarian or the Warriors release, but here we go, man. There's a lot in here. We got the movie on 4K, the movie on Blu-ray disc of special features, and the bonus disc, or is that another? Okay. Oh, I see. So we have the movie in 4K, the movie in Blu-ray, and then more special features and the TV cut of the film, which some of you might be familiar with if your first encounter with this movie was on TV, because guess what? It's not quite safe for TV. So there's quite a bit of editing to be done, but for completionists and nostalgic reasons, like, it's in here. So pretty cool. All right, man. And then look at that glorious theatrical artwork for this film. Just incredible. Glorious, right? It's what this film deserves. You know, I had the DVD, I had the Blu-ray, and now to have this in 4K, just absolutely incredible. So let's get this open. I'm going to find a safe spot to cut in. Here we go. Hope this will do it. There we go. Okay, we're good. We're good. Man, I grew up watching this movie probably before I should have been watching it, to be honest. It's an old favorite, man. This goes back to childhood. This burned itself. It burned the Arthurian legend into my mind. If you guys have not seen this film, this is the best version of the I almost said Star Wars. The best version of the King Arthur story ever told. What John Boorman did with this film was absolutely incredible, and it's operatic, it's beautiful, it's timeless, it's it's brutal, right? There's blood, there's gore, sex, violence, but also like a wonderful story of what it means to be a hero and to sacrifice, and you know the loss of the old world to the new world. Like, oh man, there's just so much going on in here. So let's get this bad boy out of here. Okay, in a nice hard box with the Arrow size Blu-ray cover on the inside. Let's take a look at that. There we go. That's the film. All right, reversible cover. I believe that when you reverse it, it's this on the other side. So pretty cool. So I have both, I'll leave that there. But like, very cool artwork, man. Just unbelievable. I believe we have the poster, a double-sided version of the poster of this, and then this turned sideways, I believe. And then, oh, booklet. There's our boy, John Boorman himself. director of this fine film and other films like Deliverance and Zardoz and the utterly maniacal Exorcist 2. Oh man, there's so much in here. Oh man, essays about the film, some photos. Oh boy. Yep. Yep. This is going to keep me busy for a while, folks. Incredible. Incredible. Let's put this away. Now, let's dive in to the discs themselves. All right, no loose movies to worry about. Here are the art cards. Want more Arrow video? Man, remember when people used to order things out of catalogs and brochures? What a time, huh? All right, yep, got some artwork. This is great stuff. Great stuff. Oh, hello, father. All right, and then yeah, pictures of the actors. This is cool to have, you know. I wonder if these were like, hell yeah, man. I wonder if some of these were like theater standees or something like that. I don't know, but very cool to have. So here we go. This is the 4K disc right here. Let's pop it out, make sure everything's good. Whoop. Yep, no scratches or anything like that. And it was nice and secure in the case, which I appreciate. Clicked right back in, no problem. Blu-ray, disc 2, extras, all right. And then here's our bonus disc. There you go. Looking good. Nice job by Arrow here. All right, let's see that reversible artwork. All right, so we have that, and we have the original theatrical poster art. But just for variety's sake, I'm gonna leave this one in, just for the heck of it. Just wait. Every time I pull it out of the shelf, I'll have something different to look at every time I watch this movie, which is probably about once or twice a year. It's up there with RoboCop and a couple others where I watch them frequently. Like, I have a lot of other movies to watch too, but sometimes you just have those sort of favorites as a baseline that you kind of go back to, And if you know what I'm talking about, like, hit me up in the comments, man. What is your home movie, your baseline movie? Something that you can kind of go back to and just have a nice time watching while you balance, like, discovering new films and going crazy over weird genre stuff like I do. All right. That's that. I won't be able to show everything on this poster, I think. My camera angle might not allow it. Let's try. Woo! That's a big boy. There's a lot going on. There we go. Yeah. All right. And then we have the theatrical poster on the other side, which, you know what? I might frame that. Bad boy. Look at that. Look at that. Just to have that, in my arsenal of posters. Oh, man. My camera's probably not even centered anymore from doing that, but who cares, right? So, there you go. That is the 4K limited edition of Excalibur. Slipcase, hard box, British-sized 4K Blu-ray case. Man, this film just always takes me back to a simpler time, even though, like, it is so rich and complex. It's a hero story. It's a story of sacrifice and giving things up for the greater good. Here, let's dive into what we got here. Okay, 4K restoration of the film from the original negative. Hard to find these days. And it's in a new aspect ratio, 1.66 by 1, which is called like the British Academy ratio, I want to say, something like that. So the movie's a little taller than before. You're seeing a little bit more information. So we have the theatrical cut, the TV version. There we go, reversible sleeve, collector's booklet. Okay, so let's take a look at the special features. The Making of Excalibur Myth into Movie. So this was a documentary they filmed while the movie was being made. So it's got like real time backstage footage, or behind the scenes footage, I should say. And it was never released. I heard it was screened at a couple of festivals, but that's it. Directed by Neil Jordan during the production of Excalibur. We have a new interview with John Boorman, the director, and Charlie Boorman, who played the young Mordred. When Death Was But a Dream, newly filmed interview with creative associate Neil Jordan, the guy who made the documentary. And The Charm of Making, new interview with production designer Anthony Pratt. Confessions of a Professional, Pain in the Ass, a newly filmed interview with second unit director Peter McDonald. Anam Cara, a new feature on the working friendship of John Boorman and co-writer Rospo Pallenberg, featuring a newly filmed interview with Pallenberg. And then Divided Nature, a brand new featurette by film historians Howard S. Berger and Kevin Marr. Then we got some trailers, image galleries. So this thing is loaded. This is going to keep me busy for quite a while, but this is like a top 10 film for me. And I'm going to be watching this, hopefully again and again for many years. And this is just such an incredible release. It's something that I never thought this movie would get, because it always got sort of the very basic catalog treatment from Warner Brothers, which, for a movie that, people don't like. There's a small, very fervent fan base for this movie, and this release is for us, right? The original Blu-ray and DVD were not going to be showpieces for a home theater setup or something, which a lot of original Blu-rays were sold on, right? But this is the way for the fans to watch the best version of this film. Now, if you've been paying attention to the boards, people have been talking about audio problems on this disc. So it includes a mono track, which I guess is the original mono track, and a 5.1 audio track. The mono track, which is supposed to be the preferred way to watch the film, is out of sync. It doesn't sync up. Like, characters' lips don't match what they're saying. Now, most of the movie was ADR'd because apparently the knight armor was too loud. So they had trouble picking up the dialogue. So most of the movie is ADR. Most of it's dubbed anyway, right? But it was only noticeable in certain sections. Like, it's not a big deal, right? A lot of movies are filmed like that. Your favorite spaghetti westerns are all dubbed. A lot of your favorite Hong Kong action films are all dubbed, right? No big deal. But with this movie, where it is dialogue heavy, right, where dialogue is telling some of the story, right, because this is a legend. Like, exposition has to happen, right? And unfortunately, like, I've heard, like, the audio slips in and out of sync in the mono track, but not the 5.1 track. So I'll just stick with the 5.1 track now. Will Arrow do a replacement disc? I somehow doubt it. They might. I don't know. I hope they do, because, like, this movie deserves to be seen, like, perfectly, the way the way it was intended. So I'll stick with the 5.1 track for now. I'm not gonna, because if I watch that mono track and it goes out of sync, I'm just gonna be so upset. I'm gonna be so disappointed. So anyway, we have the best version of Excalibur on home video to ever be released up to this point. Until they, like, I don't know, put it on Smell-O-Vision or something. But here we go. Arrow's 4K release of Excalibur. This is something truly to behold. This is fit for a king. It's a wonderful film. They're definitely deserving of a release like this. And, I can't wait to give it another watch. So, anyway, thank you guys for joining me. This was Rebel Reyes Real Reviews. This is Excalibur. You guys are awesome. Thank you for watching. And until next time, keep watching your physical media. Keep watching movies. Keep loving movies. I'll see you guys next time. Bye for now.